So I'm gonna do this new piece. Well, it's not really new, but I wrote it a couple of years ago, actually 2 years ago, about a situation I was in. Have you ever been in a relationship and you with this chick and you're like, wow, man, she's the one, this is it, this is what it's gonna be. She's gonna be my wife, it's gonna be my husband or whatever. And if for whatever reason you decide, you know what, we're gonna take a little break. Let's just take a little break and see. We're going through some problems, and if it's meant to be, then it's meant to be. And then during the course of that break, something happens and completely changes the whole dynamics of the entire relationship, right? So at the end of the day, the rule, the thing that I learned from that is that if a love is truly that powerful and it's worth it, then you never need to take the break. And if you do take the break, then probably you weren't even supposed to be involved in it to begin with. So that's what this poem is about. I can't believe that we ended up like this. That I'm spending lonely days and sleepless nights getting up just to write this, but my heart has lost its battle, and quite frankly, I have no more will to fight this. See, I can't keep holding on to memories of us because I'm afraid that if I let go, there are so many things that I might miss, so I'm trying to take a square peg and push it into a round hole in hopes that it might fit. See, I know that I did wrong, but I'm still struggling to find out just what right is. And I'm trying to take this heart of darkness and push it to where the light is. And all the while, I'm trying to convince the world just how important our plight is. Because, baby girl, we weren't supposed to end up like this. But we did. And now my heart exists in a state of purgatory. And I'm trying to resist the urge to sit and tell our story, one that I thought would have lasted until infinity times 40. Because had you asked me if you'd be spending the rest of your life with, I would have said for sure me. But now I can only take solace in knowing that your life is forever divided into two segments, and that's after and before me. And mine after and before you, and ours collectively after and before we. Because you see, to me, you were my alpha, my omega. Before you there were none, and after you there can be no more. I know why they say that love is blind, because after laying eyes on you, I didn't want to see no more. Gladly willing to give up my player's card because I didn't want to be free no more. I just wanted to know that we'd go forth, spending all of our time together but still having a need for more. But I didn't think I'd have to plead for more. But you see, that was all before those midnight debates that would soon escalate into full-blown arguments. Because it came to light that the previous night you didn't go where you said you went. Now I'm reacting out of spite when we have these fights, when I should have just let you vent. Arguing over money when it didn't matter about how many dead presidents I've spent. Not realizing that everything you said, you meant. So when I'm asking you to stay, shit, instead, you went. But I must admit that I thought for sure that you would be back. See, you were the yin to my yang. In each other we found everything that we lacked. If it was a homie, love, a friend you wanted, all you had to do was tell me. I would gladly be that. See, when it came to winning my heart, you were 1 for 1. That was our key stat. But when it came to my mind, I guess I just couldn't free that. And for you, that's the reason that he's back. And you're telling me that all the things that I'm not, he's that. So I'll be that. But where does that leave us? Living two separate lives, but forever tied by the ties that bind. And really, we're not really living our lives. We're just trying to find a way to pass the time. See, we got tired of the lying, sighing, and crying, but we're still hoping to find that sign as to whether or not I'm really supposed to be yours and you're supposed to be mine. But you would soon find that line in the form of a line crossed by the opposite line, because you got a positive sign. Wait a minute, let me say that again. I said we were living two separate lives, but forever tied by the ties that bind. And oftentimes we weren't really living our lives, we were just trying to find a way to pass the time. Got tired of the lying, sighing, and crying, and deep down inside we're hoping that we find that sign as to whether or not I'm supposed to be yours and you're supposed to be mine. But you would soon find that sign in the form of a line crossed by the opposite line, because you got a positive sign. But it wasn't a positive sign, it was a positive sign. Damn, you're pregnant. And instead of me sharing in your joy because it is mine, shit, I'm hating your boy because it's finally over between you and me. See, it's got to be you and he, because now you're with C. We've lost our last opportunity, true indeed. When we should have been fighting to make this love work, we said we just wait a few and see. So now we're sitting back trying to figure out why in the world we made this decision. And our friends are sitting back, coming to pat us on the back and trying to console us. But the reality is that it's our fault, because we were singing the same song but just changing the chorus. See, born Pisces in this world, but as bullheaded as we were, should have been born a Taurus. Because we didn't realize the value of what we had until there was no more us. So where does that leave me? trying to figure out how in the world it is that I'm finally supposed to let go. Who once was the love of my life, she was supposed to be my wife. I guess my mind hadn't figured out that it's over yet though. But you have no reason to fret though, cause I ain't never been one to get started in no mess. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you marry your baby daddy, and I'm gonna try to get to know this little girl in the next row. How you doing? No, for real, how you doing? And it doesn't matter, we don't have to communicate anymore because he said so. And the reality is that there's nothing left for me to do but to wish you the best. Hold on. I mean, wish you the best. Hold on, is what I was saying. Fuck it. The reality is that it's a shame. It's a shame that the only tangible evidence of this love that once existed is the pen and the paper that it took me to write this. And the only time that this love will ever be mentioned again is the 5 or 6 minutes that I stand up here to recite this. But it's okay, because I'm better now. I have a warm heart and open arms to replace what was a cold shoulder and tight fist. See, I'm thinking about the love I'm gonna have instead of worrying about the one that I might miss. So as I'm sitting here reflecting on that little shorty you're gonna have that's gonna bear his and not my likeness, I realized that maybe, just maybe, we were supposed to end up just like this. Thank you.